is Kim Kardashian's ultimate betrayal. She slept with Drake while Kanye West was protecting her. Messy by Salome.
Kanye West hates Drake, and Drake equally hates Kanye West. Even though Drake credits Kanye with helping him find his sound and becoming a bigger rapper, he also secretly hates Kanye and has always wanted to surpass his success. Kanye has always felt threatened by Drake, and he doesn't know how to control it, especially when it comes to Kim Kardashian getting involved. Ever since 2018, there have been rumors going around about Drake and Kim hooking up.
Do y'all think Kim actually did that? Because I'm a little doubtful. I don't think Kim slept with Drake. Maybe I have higher standards for her, but I just don't think that happened.
This drove Kanye West crazy, and things only got worse in 2025 when it was confirmed that Kim and Drake went on a romantic trip to Italy together. This is why Kanye West
How was it
and
confirmed?
Drake will never be friends. So let's get into it. If you were to ask me my opinion, I would feel like Kim and Drake hooking up would have been the end of Kanye and Drake's friendship. I mean, you guys know back in 2025, there was a moment where Kim slipped up on social media, which doesn't happen too often. She posted herself in Italy, and it turns out it was the same location that Drake had been recently staying in. I've known about this information for some time, but
Wait, in 2025? They weren't married in 2025. Why would that matter?
nobody's ever really reported on it or asked Kim or Drake about it. One person actually quoted Drake's lyrics, which read, Lake Como, cigarette boat, shout out to her ex, Kanye, he's a crash out, took too many pills, he's a crash out, she in Hidden Hills in a glass house. It's giving Kim Kardashian.
Is Kanye known for doing drugs? I thought maybe I just assumed all his antics were due to like his mental health issues. I didn't know he was on pills.
I mean, I know she doesn't live in a glass house, but
And hella celebrities live up in the hidden hills.
I feel like that's a metaphor, right? But a lot of people have mixed reactions to her getting with Drake because do we need a Kanye part 2?
He was the one that started a rumor that said I was hooking up with Drake, having an affair, a full marriage. He accused me of that publicly. So the person that's supposed to protect me the most publicly would accuse me of having an affair throughout our whole marriage. I really can't wrap my head around how he thinks he is a protector.
But I wanted to look into what really happened with Kanye and Drake's friendship, and it looks like it's a lot more complicated than just Kim Kardashian, which is why today I'm going to explain to you guys why Drake and Kanye hate each other so much. But to get
Apparently, a lot of niggas in the industry don't fuck with Drake. Y'all do remember the Kendrick beef, and then a lot more people came out and was like, actually, I don't like that nigga either. I don't fuck with him either. It's like, oh, is he just hated in the industry? I didn't know this.
get to that point, I have to start off with when they were friends. They met in Hawaii back in 2009, and they instantly clicked. So these two meet in Hawaii, they instantly kick it off, and in 2009, Drake actually referred to Kanye as the most influential person on his sound. Drake said, before I ever got the chance to meet him, Kanye shaped a lot of what I do as far as music goes. We always took the time to listen to Kanye's music and appreciate it beyond. We searched the samples and would find out where his inspiration came from because he has one of the best ears in music. He said,
I feel like that's most people in hip hop. Like, people can call Kanye crazy, but everyone knows he's like musically inclined. Like he's up there. Like you can't deny it. Now his music nowadays not for everybody, not for me. But you can't just be like, oh, he didn't influence all these people. Oh, he's a terrible rapper. Oh, he's a terrible producer. No, that's a lie.
I would even go as far as to say he's the most influential person as far as musician that I've ever had in my life.
Man, the perfect song would probably be produced by Ye, and it be me, Kanye, Andre 3000. That's like a song that I really, or even if Andre and Ye produced it together, I mean, I just think that, I think that both of them as producers are phenomenal. And I just think rapping wise, like, I just want to hear all of them get together and kind of make a song. So that's something I want to do at some point in my career. Yeah, 2009 should be a great year, for me as a new artist. I'm really excited.
Kanye
Damn.
appreciated the praise from Drake. I mean, if anyone's going to call him the most influential person or refer to him as a genius, he's going to get all excited. And Kanye started to share some love back. He said that he loved some of Drake's verses. He even went on to direct one of Drake's music videos, the Best I Ever Had video, which, oh my gosh, when I hear that song, it like triggers me. It reminds me of like, well, would this be middle school for me? Like, Best I Ever Had, Best I Ever, oh my gosh, that song was so popular. You could not step into a Marshall's without hearing that song.
I do
But in
remember. What a time.
2011, things started to switch because Drake became a bigger star on his own. He didn't need Lil Wayne, or really, he didn't need Kanye West. Drake said that it was Kanye who I related to the most. He was an artist in every sense, from his cover art to his music. Now I would say that he's a really great competitor and friend. My goal is to surpass everything he's accomplished. I don't want to be as good as Kanye. I want to be better. Which, okay, maybe if you're looking at him as like a role model, an idol, or whatever, but as soon as Kanye hears this, his ears are gonna perk up because he just
But shouldn't all rappers think like that? Shouldn't they all want to be number one? Like, isn't that the whole point? It's like, because if you're a rapper and you're a competitive space, you shouldn't be like, oh yeah, like I'm number two, or I'm number 10. You're like, nah, actually, I'm talking my shit. I'm number one, and I want to be the best in my craft. So yeah, I want to surpass him, but like, he inspired me as well.
really said that you want to be better than the genius, better than the most influential person. You want to surpass him, which felt like a threat to Kanye West.
A lot of people get off, easier than I do. People are allowed to do whatever they want, but the moment I do it, it's something to be said about it. But at the same time, that's what comes with being at the top.
Also, but y'all put Kanye and Drake in the same like timeline. Like I feel like Kanye is like next to Jay-Z. And then below that, that's when you get into like Drake and J. Cole and Kendrick. Like Kanye is not with them. Like he's older. It's a different generation.
Maybe they don't talk about those other people because it just doesn't matter. I mean, I understand it comes with the territory, and the moment they stop talking about you or stop caring about you, I guess that's when you gotta worry.
You got all that love at OVO Fest from Kanye. Are you starting to feel comfortable now seeing yourself in that same light as those dudes in the hip hop world?
I think that it's fair to say that those guys view me as an equal. I can only play the young boy humble card for so long.
3 albums in.
Yeah. I mean, with that being said, I'm always gonna work like I have something to prove. By no means am I like, oh man, I hate hearing like, oh, you're one of the biggest rappers in the world or whatever. Like I don't like hearing stuff like that. But at the same time, when I do think about the other rappers who I guess are viewed as competition, I definitely think I'm holding my weight. And making it a little more difficult on some of these guys.
So maybe Drake ruffled some feathers there, but their friendship was far from over. In 2013, Drake threw his OVO Fest, and it looks like Kanye actually pulled up to support him. And Drake said that Kanye's support at his festival was the most important moment in his career to date. So Drake is still like kind of like kissing Kanye's ass, and Kanye has a lot more power back in 2013. So if Drake is throwing this OVO festival, it really helps to have Kanye's name there.
In rap, sometimes we don't
That makes sense.
communicate enough. It's
I
extremely
think that's obvious.
competitive. So, me and Kanye, we hadn't even talked before we got on stage together. We didn't rehearse or anything like that. I didn't even see him before. That was my first time seeing him when I got on stage. His words, that was like a moment I clicked out. I was like, I don't know if this is real or not. I'm not sure if I'm still sleeping from the morning. This is like I'm dreaming about how this is working out. But probably the most important moment in my life today. Because at the end of the day, I do look up to Ye. He's a major influence, if not the biggest influence in my career. So to hear him say that and just to feel like, all right, well, maybe, who knows where this goes? Maybe we do music now, like we were supposed to, or maybe we just start talking more, and it's a good thing, man. I came out and said what I said, and I meant it. I meant every word. He's been a mentor to me, even if we didn't talk like how me and Puff talk or how me and Wayne talk. Kanye just mentored me through his decisions, and I studied the game overall, but I studied him, very closely, obviously, and it's just I'm 26, man. I still feel like Jay. And you mentioned names like Jay, Wayne, Kanye, like those guys are just gods to me, So it's just crazy to be on that stage with him and share that moment. We got to stand there together. We had the pose going on and everything. It was crazy. Like it was one of those moments that what I loved about it was it was organic. You know what I'm saying?
So 2013, it's a love fest. But then in 2014, Kanye has a personal dramatic switch. I mean, we all know what Kanye's been through. Drake jabbed at some of Kanye's bars on Yeezus. He said that there were some real questionable bars on there, but he did salute Kanye as the reason he's there. Kanye did respond on his tour, not leaning into the feud and claiming it was all love between both parties. He said they're always trying to pit people against each other, and it's not going down no more. So tonight, I ain't none of that. We love Drake, he said at a show in New Jersey. Take a look.
Hey, sidebar, you keep on talking about Drake and shit, and I'm gonna tell you what it is and what it is in the magazines. They always be trying to pit niggas against each other, and that ain't going down anymore.
Okay.
So tonight, it ain't
So
like
trying to
that.
be positive.
We love Drake. We love every motherfucker that put their heart to this motherfucking music. If anything, we gonna go after motherfuckers writing that negativity. It's because before they print some shit like that, they need to check with me and him and see if it's okay till they get ran up in their motherfucking office.
Now, that little spat pretty much ended there. Kanye went away for a little bit. In 2015, Kanye decided to get back into the studio, and he says that it's all due to Drake. Probably Drake's music, his relevance in the industry. Kanye didn't want to just sit back. He said, I was just sitting there getting fat. He said, let me go into the studio and let's see what's happening. Let's get these lyrics up.
Grown. I've went to the gym like Michael Jordan when he was going to win his championships and everything. He was going to the gym. He had to get stronger to go up against like Pistons and things like that. We're going up against some, you know, major hit makers and stuff. And just, I look at Drake as like an amazing sparring partner. You know, someone's like, come on, man, get back up. Bow, get back up. What's up? What's up, bro? What you doing? Because, you know, you sit there, I was sitting there getting fat, you know, sitting back, just knocked everybody out. And then this guy hits the gym.
Damn,
he's just
Kanye
like,
looks happy.
running around like, bah, 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 14 hits, same as Paul McCartney, bow, you know. I'm like, well, okay, let me go to the studio then. Let's see what's happening. Let me get these lyrics up. Let me see what's happening. So that's where we're at right now. That's where you're getting these records from, yeah.
So Kanye got back into the studio, right? Well, in 2016, we started to see some more competition because Drake kicked off 2016 with Summer 16, and he flexed about having a bigger pool in his backyard than his neighbors Kanye and Kim Kardashian.
That's a weird flex. Oh, my pool's bigger than yours. Okay, nigga. I barely swim.
He said, now I got a house in LA. Now I got a bigger pool than Ye. And look, man, Ye's pool is nice. Mine's just bigger, is what I'm saying. And that's all that I'm saying. And it must not have upset Kanye
That's
too
weird.
much. You know,
That's a
they're
weird
just talking
lyric.
about pool sizes. But in 2016, he released his album Life of Pablo, which Drake actually has a writing credit on. In 2016, Kanye pulls up to the OVO Festival and teases a Drake joint album. They had some banner that said Calabasas is the new Abu Dhabi. Of course, this album never came to fruition, but it looks like they had something started, or at least an idea. Later that year, Kanye got upset because Drake and DJ Khaled's song For Free was dominating the radio, and Kanye
Damn.
kind of felt
Oh, that was a good song.
fair. Kanye said we can love each other, but the rules have to be fair. Khalid, Drake, and the radio, and Doc, and 92.3, and everybody. Is it just me, or did you hear that song so many times? You say you want to play it for free, AAA. You know what it is, though. Kanye actually had this
What?
rant at one of his shows. Surprise, surprise. Take a look.
What I'm saying is, we love Drake. Drake is great.
Okay.
He's a great artist. But Frank Ocean is great too.
Why did he bring up Frank Ocean?
But you know who the greatest of all of us? Who do y'all think? Nope. Kid motherfucking Cudi. Radio, fuck you!
Drake did respond to what Kanye had to say.
Did Drake diss Kid Cudi? I don't understand that rant. Like, Drake is good, but he's not better than Kid Cudi. Okay. What's your point?
He said, in the same breath, I went from working on a project with him to sort of publicly him crapping on me and DJ Khaled for being on the radio too much. I'm not sure why we're the target of your choice that you made that night. And yeah, I accept what you're going through, and I just go and continue working on my own thing. Here's a clip of Drake responding to some of Kanye's claims involving the radio.
I'm not really sure the details between that, how that conversation was miscommunicated or what they were going through at the time, you know, what anybody felt towards me or whatever it was. I'm not really sure But next thing I knew, it just became a bit of an issue. I can rap as good as anybody else, so I'll just go finish the song and put forth my own version, because I don't really like, nobody can ever like dangle anything over my head in this business. I don't play that. And when Kanye comes out to do it at the shows, it goes crazy. And I know he was really upset because at that time we were working together pretty heavy, and he really wanted to be on the record. But
on the Pablo tour, he said a lot of things that's well documented. But he was also saying about, before the last show, he was talking about how he was sick of not being able to do certain things or whatever, and he was saying everyone should just come together and make music.
I don't know. I think everybody has their own little things going on. I'm not really sure what he's referring to half the time. Because in the same breath, I mean, I went from being like working on a project with him to him sort of like publicly on me and DJ Khaled for being on the radio too much.
Then comes 2018, and you guys may remember it was a huge scandal when we heard about Drake's son, Adonis. He was kept a secret because Drake had a relationship with an adult star in France. She ended up getting pregnant, and we only learned about this information because Kanye and Pusha T worked together to create this song
Ooh.
that ultimately exposed Drake. And I feel like that's what really did it for Drake.
Wait, I knew Pusha T put out that song, and I thought he got the information from Kanye, but was Kanye credited on that song? Because if so, yeah, if I was Drake, I wouldn't fuck with Kanye no more either. I thought, Kanye just happened to slip up and tell Pusha T, and then Pusha T was like, "Oh, got his ass. I'm gonna save this information," and then the beef came about.
When Kanye was like producing this song that, put his son on blast.
Drake is the greatest rapper ever. And you said, and I don't apologize about it. You said in war he helped your baby's mother's mother.
What?
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard.
Say it again.
And I don't apologize about it. You said in war he helped your baby's mother's mother. Yeah, that was hard. That was
You
hard.
fuck Chris?
I was like, what's going on? What does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah. You know what it means. So
I don't think you fuck Chris. I think that's a lie.
Corey know what it means. So
Kanye did try to backtrack his involvement in the Pusha T scandal. He wrote on Twitter, sending good energy and love to Drake and family and crew. I haven't seen the show in person, but the images look incredible. So he's quickly switching up, trying to be nice to Drake now. A little bit too late, Kanye. Kanye also went on to publicly deny giving Pusha information about Adonis. He apologized for stepping on Drake's release date for his album Scorpion. Kanye said there should have been no songs with my involvement that had negative energy towards you. So Kanye's trying to be reasonable here, but you have to keep in mind, like, Drake is probably really confused because he had been working with Kanye on this joint album. They had been taking a trip to.
I mean, Drake, I wouldn't be confused if I was Drake. If I was Drake, I'd be like, okay, like Kanye don't fuck with me. Like it's obvious. He's saying we only got a number one because the radio pushing us. You're saying, I'm not number one randomly at your concert, saying all these other people are better than me. Then you speeding information to my ops during a rap battle.
Wyoming at this point, so he's confused as to why his friend switched up so quickly and then like went on to go and create this song, like release this information about his son, and now you're trying to say that you're sorry. I mean, I'm kind of on Drake's side here. I wouldn't trust you.
He played your beat, right? He played me Lift Yourself, and he was like, yo, you can have this if you want. And I was hype. I started writing to it, and then he was like, yo, you gotta come to Wyoming. 40 went to Wyoming early, and he was like, man, I'm here a day early, man. Something's off. He just told me he wanted to give me beats, and he said he wasn't dropping till like October, November, or something like that. And I'm like, it's all good. Let's just go and let's see what it's about. So I went and, ended up pretty much spending the majority of my time working on his music, like just trying to like cook up ideas for him, And I left Wyoming, and I was like, okay, well, we left with Lift Yourself and like a pat on the back. I wake up, and all these dates are out, one by one, all around June 15th. Then the next 2 days, whatever, I wake up to this text from him, passive, like sends me, yo, I love you, brother. Lift Yourself comes out with him just talking nonsense. I'm like, this guy's trolling me. This was like a manipulative, like, I want to break you thing. So I said, all right, I'm going to go back to distancing myself.
In 2018, Kim enters the picture because Kim shuts down rumors that she had ever been romantically involved with Drake in the past. Remember, this is 2018, not 2025, when they were spotted in Italy together. Kim said on social media that it never
That is
happened.
almost 10 years
End of
apart.
story. But Kim denying the rumors wasn't enough. Kanye wanted Drake to deny the rumors. Kanye wrote,
I feel like if anything, this was probably just a lie made up by the fan base. Like someone random on Twitter probably typed this and Kanye seen it. He was like, oh, this has to be real. He just went with it and he started telling everybody this. And Kim's like, "What? I didn't. I never met this man."
The fact that people are making rumors and thinking that you effed my wife and you're not saying anything and you're carrying it well like that does not sit well with my spirit. You know, if I had a girlfriend from Chicago and her name was Renita and you were married to Rihanna, I wouldn't make no song called Riri. So when you're like, oh, I don't know where from.
Drake don't do it outright this song where it's a headshot. He's gonna set it up like war. He gonna do stuff like live 5 blocks down the street from you.
Where's that prep through the light switch? That
Yeah. He gonna go and DM every single
Ran down
girl
the
in your
block.
family, every single girl around your family. But it's all psychological. So it's like, what button is someone gonna hit?
Months after the dust starts to settle, after the Pusha T drama with Drake, and we all know that Drake has his son Adonis, and we've accepted it. Drake feels like Kanye manipulated him with this Wyoming invite. That trip they had taken, Drake said that Kanye sold me this whole speech.
Wait, who had a fucked up haircut? Drake? I didn't peep it.
Yeah, he gonna go
Oh,
and DM
huh.
every single.
I did not notice this. What are these bald patches? Oh my god. I wonder if it was like a star or something.
Girl in your family, every single girl around your family, but it's all psychological. So it's
What
like, what
is
button is
that?
someone
You're
gonna
right.
hit?
Months after the dust starts to settle,
That's probably
after
why
the
he's
Pusha
bald in
T
this picture.
drama with Drake,
Something
and
was going
we all
on.
know that Drake has his son Adonis, and we've
I
accepted
think it's probably
it.
fucked up.
Drake feels like Kanye manipulated him with this Wyoming invite. That trip they had taken, Drake said that Kanye sold me this whole speech. Like, I'm in a great place. I'm making money. I'm a father. I want to be Quincy Jones and
Damn.
help you. But in order to do that, you got to be transparent with me. You got to play me your music and got to tell me what you're dropping. And I know you don't like to do things like that. I guess we all kind of felt a genuine vibe from it. So I played him my music and I told him when I was dropping, which is not really great. I mean, these two are competitors. So you're pretty much sharing your trade secrets, your business secrets, your strategy.
I mean, if they friends or you thought you was friends, I would tell someone when I'm dropping. Like, oh yeah, Kanye is a Nazi and Drake seems to be a PDF file. Eh, you know, you have a good point. Just they're both fucked up people. Because I still don't forgive Kanye, and I think Drake is on that type of timing. That's just me. And then Kanye recently put out an album, and people still forgetting. The nigga been saying all this crazy shit over the years. The music ain't that good no more. I'm sorry.
With your biggest competitor, which now gives Kanye the opportunity to use all that against you. Drake said that he felt betrayed from Kanye for confiding in him about certain things regarding his growing family, which I'm assuming that Drake had told Kanye about his kid, and that is who leaked it to Pusha T. Drake said, I tell him I'm having trouble with my son's mother. We had a conversation. Oh, this guy's trolling me. This was like manipulative. I want to break you kind of thing. At the end of 2018, Kanye demands an apology and a
That's a
meetup
better
with
haircut.
Drake. Kanye said, I've been trying to meet up with you for 6 months, bro. You sneak dissing on Travis Scott's records and texting Kris Jenner talking about the family, sending purple emojis when I'm dealing with mental stuff. I need my apologies now, not through Scooter Braun either. That same month, Kanye explodes in a rant on Twitter claiming that Drake is threatening him. He said, so Drake, if anything happens to me or anyone from my family, you are the first suspect. So cut the tough talk. There would never be Drake without Kanye West. So don't open your mouth with a threat, Kanye said. Now,
I don't like when people say shit like that though. I feel like everyone's rich people and celebrities are weird as fuck. Very. And then also, I don't like when people claim like you got here because of me. Like, I don't think so. I think everyone's destiny is kind of defined, set in stone. Like they was gonna end up this way regardless. Like maybe you helped them a little bit or you influenced them a little bit, but they made the choices to get there. It's not because of you, bro.
At that point, everything went quiet. After 2018, it really took about a year until we heard Drake talk about Kanye again. And in an interview in December 2019, he spoke about his feelings as far as the Pusha T and the fallout goes.
Your relationship with Kanye West at the end of the day?
I think that.
Ew, is that B-Dot?
That's where all of this kind of stems from. It's all kind of rooted in that situation. Yes, I think that he definitely recruited a guy with a similar dislike for me, no matter what he says in interviews. I know that he can tell whoever, I got love for him or whatever, but it's not love. There's something there.
that bothers him deeply. I can't fix it for him. So but I would say that Kanye West would be my favorite artist, you know, all around, you know. And that's just facts. I mean, I have no problem saying that. It's not like you know, I'm always willing, like I said, I'm always willing to give the love and the credit. Things have just changed. I'm not just some kid that's a fan anymore. And now we have personal situations.
But would you be open to communication?
No, not really.
I think that is B-Dot. I don't know if y'all watch the Joe Budden podcast, but these past couple episodes I've been having this nigga on there and I don't like it. He's very irritating. For context, one of the past episodes, like there's people normally sit in the same spot every single episode because there's regular hosts. He is a guest host. He sat in someone's spot and the guy was like, "Hey, can you get up? Like I sit here, blah blah blah." He was like, "No." Nigga, who you acting tough with? Like, what are you doing? Just he was like, "Oh my bad." He could just be like, "Oh my bad, let me slide over." Like it's a big ass couch. Like he was just doing it to test the energy. What? No one wants you on this show. Sidetracked though.
Really, because it's not on my end. I have no problem with any of these guys. I don't even know these guys like that. I have no problem with
One
these guys.
last thing though, with Sicko Mode as a song. It seemed like in December he went on a Twitter rant and he started to feel like those lines were directed at him.
Of course, though. Of course.
In August 2021, things get even worse because Kanye seemingly doxes Drake following a Trippie Redd collab diss. Drake reignited his beef with Kanye
Dox his
ahead of their
address?
album Showdown with his guest verse on Trippie Redd's Betrayal. Drake said, "All these fools I'm beefing with I barely know. 45-45 burned out, let it go. Kanye ain't changing crap for me. It's set in stone." I guess, like as far as his career goes, like Kanye's not in control anymore. Kanye got wind of the jabs and appeared to dox Drake by revealing what may have been Drake's address before deleting the tweet. He entered his Joker era.
Can't you just look people's addresses up though? I feel like, I mean, people probably aren't doing that often. But I feel like if you are an obsessed person that's the type to go pull up to someone's house you don't know, you would have already looked that shit up. Like that ain't, I don't know if that's really doxing.
With more threats towards Drake, saying, "I live for this. I've been effed with by nerd a jock blanks as like you my whole life. You will never recover. I
By nerd ass jock niggas like you."
promise you.
Kanye West just doxed Drake on Instagram. In what appears to be an escalation of their decades-long feud, Kanye took to Instagram on Monday morning to post a Google Maps screenshot of Drake's Toronto mansion, identifying street names and all. Granted, this all comes on the heels of Drake's verse in the new Trippie Redd song Betrayal, in which he name drops Ye and also appears to take a quick shot at Pusha T, both of whom he blames for leaking the news about his son Adonis in 2018. However, Drake's diss led Kanye to later post a screenshot of a group chat that featured Pusha T and a mysteriously named contact called D.
So rich and privileged that they return into 5-year-olds. Yeah. Yeah. Very childish. Because I personally think this is probably public information, but even if I don't like you, I'm not putting your house on the internet or your phone number on the internet. Like some things you're just like, that's too much. Like people don't need to know where you live. Like that's putting them in a dangerous situation.
And in addition to sending a photo of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, he also didn't mince words, as you can see here.
What does it say? "I live for this. I've been fucking with this nerd ass jock nigga like you my whole life. You will never recover. I promise you." Oh, okay. That is that's childish.
But
Why would he
Drake
send a
didn't
Joker?
seem too bothered by this. He actually trolled Kanye back by posting a video of himself laughing on social media, laughing in Kanye's face. Later that year, Kanye and Drake did reunite for a free Larry Hoover benefit concert. They put their difference aside for a good cause. Drake said on stage, "I appreciate
interesting.
Kanye for having me up here tonight." So seems like he was in a good mood. He said, "It was important that we made this happen. It was something I've always wanted to do, being on stage with my idol as he's running through one of the best catalogs in music, period." And this reunion was a big deal because Drake and Kanye getting back together after all of that crap talking, it makes you question what happened behind the scenes.
The one and only Mr. Larry Hoover
Yeah,
Jr.
it's a
How you doing?
5-year-old reaction.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
I mean, you guys are really a part of one of the more historic moments, not only for your father, but for the Drake and Kanye reunion. Like, at what point did you think that was really gonna happen?
When they sat down in Canada, you knew it was all squashed then.
Yeah. That was like Dave Chappelle there and everything.
Yeah. You know it was happening all the way at that point. It was iffy before.
Why do people fanboy over these types of kids? It's just sad. I don't know. I feel like a lot of times when people have like weird attachments to celebrities, it's because they don't have like a real life. Like they're not outside touching grass, you know? So they see these people and they listen to the music, they hear the lyrics, and they're like, "Oh, like they're talking to me personally." No, they're not talking to you personally. They're speaking in general terms, and you took it personal. So now they're like, "Oh my gosh, like he's speaking to me. He's speaking to my heart." No, I don't think so. I think he was just talking.
That, but when they sat down, you knew what was going on then.
In April 2023, Drake samples Kim Kardashian for Search and Rescue. And even though Kim's voice is sampled on the song, it was a quote
He
from the
sampled her
reality star
voice?
talking to her mother on the show about her divorce from Kanye. So kind of messy that he included this
That is
quote. The
messy.
quote said, "I didn't come this far just to come this far and not to be happy." And another one of Drake's songs from 2023, and it's titled Red Button, he raps, "Every time you need me for a boost, I never hesitated. Every time that Easy called a truce, he had my head inflated. Thinking we're going to piece it up and then get to levitating, realizing that everything is premeditated." Kanye, of course, responded in his own way. He released a song.
Their music isn't even relatable anymore. They try, but they are too far from the norm that they just pretend. I feel that too. That's how I always wonder, like, what kind of music are people gonna make, like, when they're in their 40s and like 50s? Because they've been famous for so long, they don't know what the norm is. Like, that's like when you ask certain celebrities, like, "Oh, like, how much do eggs cost? How much does milk cost?" They say like some dumbass number, and I'm like, "When was the last time you've been to a grocery store?" Like it's always questionable. And it's like, how are you still gonna keep making music when you're this far removed from reality? It's kind of like who was it? I think it was Andre 3000. He recently said he doesn't make rap music anymore because he doesn't have anything to rap about. Like he makes like flute music, like literally like flutes and like different like wind instruments. Like he still likes music, but he doesn't rap because he doesn't have anything that's relatable to rap about. Like the nigga just he's rich as fuck, like just living his life. There's nothing exciting going on. And I was like, I understand that.
Where he questioned Drake's relationship with Lucian Grange, the Universal Music Group's CEO. This guy is huge in music. He's so incredibly powerful, and pretty much like Kanye was trying to say that Drake was like Lucian was his master, like controlling him, that he really had no free will because he was controlled by Universal
Singing about black struggles, brother. How you got millions, billions? What struggle? Sure, you sing about the struggle, but oh, that's about 20 years ago. It's the same with every artist singing about their struggle. Yeah, it is very odd. Mm-mm. Yeah, it's kind of hard to relate. I think, yeah, because I think as I get older, I also don't relate to a lot of the music they're putting out, and I don't know if that's because like I'm far removed from that, or it's because they're far removed, and I'm like, ugh, they stuck in the past and hope it's still relatable. Hmm. I think that's what a lot of people. Who was that artist? I want to say it was Little Baby, but whatever his like last album was, everyone was so excited and they listened to it. They were like, "What the fuck is this?" Like they were so confused. Or for example, Chance when he was rapping, Chance the Rapper when he was he had an album and he was talking about like folding clothes or like loving his wife, and there was so much backlash, and I'm like, well, Chance never really rapped about the streets, but like if this is the life he living, this is the life he living. Like this is what he gonna rap about. I don't know. People just be so upset about the most random things. I'm like, either you like it or you don't. People rap about what they're going through or went through. So take it or leave it.
Music Group, which could be true.
Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian and Universal.
Wow. Honest, legitimate
Drake has a rich
monetization
baby daddy.
of music with those businesses. Even more hits from Universal Music Group and the labels and all.
Baby daddy named Lucian.
So all of his streams and the number ones is controlled by someone named Lucian.
You know, everybody is very, very excited about the elimination of Drake. Not excited, but just energized.
I mean,
I'd like that debate
Energized.
to continue.
But what is it specifically about Drake that everyone hates? It's like for everybody, all of the great Weeknd, Pluto, Metro, Ross,
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
If that many niggas hate you, you probably did something. All of them niggas can't be haters.
Yeah.
Like there's something obviously wrong with this one individual that no one wants to speak about, and I feel like you're the only person that's gonna really put it.
Unless you guys have been living under a rock, Drake has had a rough couple years, and in part because of Kendrick
rough
Lamar.
couple years.
Kendrick Lamar released a hit song that destroyed Drake's reputation, and everyone started to look at him differently. Remember that part? The A minor. Well, anyways, Kanye actually spoke about Drake's feud with Kendrick, and I wanted to include
That was a good song. That was a time. What a time to be alive.
that.
If you rap against Kendrick, you will lose. This man does this. You killed my nemesis. Where's the movies if it ain't no Drake?
Yeah.
For me, or at least took him down for a little bit.
So Kendrick killed Drake. He's dead.
Yeah, for now.
You heard the man. Drake is dead
For now.